But there is a question about actually whether all of these things converge. Meaning that they all, that does this all become some kind of commoditized business?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think what's going to happen is we're going to have off-the-shelf AIs, and these off-the-shelf AIs are going to be really, really good at solving a lot of problems. But you're going to have companies in healthcare are going to have supervised, super tuned AIs that take these off-the-shelf AIs and make them super good at drug discovery or super good at chip design. Let me just use our company for example. The vast majority of our company's value is in the data and the intelligence and the know-how, the craft that's inside our company. And none of that data is out on the internet. You can't get an AI to go learn it. And so I've got to take a really smart AI, which is what we do. We build a smart AI, and then we teach it how to design chips. We teach it how to write software. We teach it how to do drug discovery. You'll teach it how to do, radiology.
Let me ask you a geopolitical question. We're going to hear from the president of Taiwan just after this. And there is a big debate, as you know, about chip independence, the big investment that we're making in chips to manufacture here in the United States, whether we should be exporting certain types of chips to China. Where are we on the journey of being chip independent, if you will? And do you think that that is a worthy goal?
We are somewhere between a decade to 2 decades away from supply chain independence. As I mentioned earlier, our systems comes 35,000 parts, and 8 of them come from TSMC. And the supply chain, when you think through it...
And they're in Taiwan, of course.
There are a lot in Taiwan. They're all over the world. But supply chain independence is going to be really challenging. Yeah. We should try it. We should endeavor it. I mean, we should absolutely go down the journey of it. But total independence of supply chain is not a real practical thing for a decade or two.
Okay. Literally in the past couple months now is Huawei came out with a new phone.
Yeah.
And it surprised everybody in terms of the chips in that phone. In terms of this being a 7-nanometer chip, there was a view that China was never going to get there. We had this sort of real opportunity ahead of them by many years. Were you surprised by that?
The rumors of it in the market has been around for a long time. And so were we surprised? I don't think so. I don't think anybody in the industry was really surprised. And is it possible to take something that said 16 nanometer and shrink it to 7? These are just numbers. Is it really 7? Did they shrink it down to something that was sufficiently good that you can make a phone from? Yeah, I think so. And so I think there's no magic in these numbers, as you know. It's just 7, the number.
But the question is, what is our lead over them, do you think?
In semiconductors?
Yeah.
In semiconductors, call it a decade. You could decide, call it a decade. But could you take the decade-old technology and just squeeze the living daylights out of it until it produces something that's kind of like something from 5 years ago? Yeah, probably. And so I think there's a lot of clever engineers.
The scene is set in China, one of the most dynamic and quickly growing markets in the world, where Nvidia is not only increasing its physical presence, but also making calculated investments to transform autonomous driving technology. The company is currently making daring moves that are upending the industry landscape. This bold leap forward symbolizes a larger vision to drive revolutionary technical improvements rather than just increasing people or geographical reach. However, no technological advancement is without its hurdles as Nvidia accelerates its strategic expansion. The company's previous acquisitions are under scrutiny due to a current antitrust inquiry. So, what implications does this have for Nvidia's stock? Let's explore that. But first, a big thank you to those of you who've stuck with us this far. Creating these videos takes significant effort and dedication, so if you're enjoying the content, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share your thoughts on Nvidia stock in the comments. Your support truly helps us grow. Now, let's get back to the video.
Well, I want to say thank you to all of the shareholders. With their support, we were able to do our work and realize our hopes and dreams and make a real contribution to the industry and to the world. So I want to thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, okay? Because we have to start that way because in the end, it's mad money. And what you've created here is something that is remarkable, that is being rewarded by the stock market, $2 trillion valuation. So I ask you, what has NVIDIA done to deserve such a valuation? And maybe it's still inexpensive.
There's probably never been a technology company that has made a greater technology contribution to one of the most important industries in the world, and at such large scale. We reinvented the computer as we know it. The computer has been the same since 1964, since the year after I was born. And we reinvented it with this idea called accelerated computing. Now, you could have a computer that's 100 times faster or 20 times more energy efficient, cost 20 times less, and to be able to solve problems at a scale that nobody's ever imagined, such that we helped solve artificial intelligence. And we're now on our way to making enormous progress in automation of intelligence. And as you know, intelligence is foundational to every single industry. And that's the reason why they're all here.
Is this a factory of intelligence?
This, in the future, this is exactly this right here that you're looking at. Can you guys see this? These servers are the densest computers in the world. This replaces entire data centers in the past. And it shrinks them into this little tiny data center here. And this rack here would probably be more powerful than almost all of the computers in the world today.
In 5 years, will there be some, or 2 years, will this be slow?
Every couple of years, we'll be coming up with something so much more incredible. In the last 8 years, we improved performance per chip, per one of these chips. We improved the performance of one of these chips by 1,000 times in the last 8 years.
So that means it can talk about a movie? Does it mean it can read Anna Karenina? What does it mean that it's so fast?
Well, first of all, it's probably read those things and probably read about the movies. And so if you wanted to ask it a question about those movies or a book, you say, read this book. Now let me talk to you about this book. And you can talk to it about just about anything.
Now, can it make it so that a product like the Vision Pro becomes a commercial product, where it would be great to be able to step into a car, find out what it feels like, what it sees, and maybe that would be the sales element for a car company?
Well, first of all, I've enjoyed the Vision Pro, and I got to tell you, it's really fantastic. I really, really enjoy it, and they've done such a great job with it. The tracking, the tracking with the world, the registration of all of the objects in the world, you feel like you're really, really in it. The thing that's really great is when we connect Vision Pro with this world we call Omniverse, and it's running on these computers, we essentially create this digital world that's overlaid with the physical world. And Apple calls it spatial computing, and you feel like...
Reliable Reports claims that NVIDIA's recent moves in the Chinese market have drawn a lot of interest from both tech professionals and investors. NVIDIA intends to hire more than 1,000 people this year as part of its efforts to expand its business in China. Similar to a seasoned player aiming for a home run while carefully perfecting their swing, NVIDIA's workforce expansion aims to empower the company's focus on autonomy and driving technologies. This demonstrates the company's unwavering commitment to innovation and demonstrates its ambition for immediate success supported by a tactical long-term vision, even as it expands its footprint in China. It must navigate regulatory obstacles, which is a complex task. NVIDIA's ability to effectively manage global compliance issues in a continuously changing regulatory environment is being put to the test at a crucial juncture by the continuing antitrust probe around its 2020 acquisition of Mellanox Technologies. To stay informed about the latest developments from NVIDIA and the ever-changing stock market, consider subscribing to our investing tutorial channel. We provide daily updates on significant market shifts and key catalysts. So hit that subscribe button to ensure you never miss crucial information. We'd love to hear your thoughts on NVIDIA stock, so please share your opinions in the comments below. Now let's dive into today's video.
Merck or one of these biotech companies, it costs a fortune to do a trial.
Yeah.
And because it costs a fortune to do a trial, they don't do trials. Or they try to solve the easy illnesses. I talked to Kimberly Powell, who's your vice president of healthcare, and it is very clear that beginning with Blackwell, we will not do trials the way we've done. And we will go after Parkinson's. We'll go after schizophrenia, the things that no one can conquer. They're now within your ken. They're now possible.
Just as we use the technology, artificial intelligence, to understand a novel, we can use a similar technology to go understand the meaning of proteins, the meaning of life. Now, once we can understand the meaning of life and be able to use it in a computer, we could use that computer to simulate life such that we don't have to do as much of the screening in a wet lab. We could do a lot of the screening in a computer. That computer does it so fast, we could explore the chemical space that is so much larger, explore the target protein space so much larger and so much more quickly. And so whatever we decide ultimately to take to trials will have much higher possibility of actually passing the trial and becoming
I think one of the things is in your keynote, I would urge people to watch, especially the soaring rockets at the end and how gorgeous they are. But people don't realize in the end, you are a supplier to other companies. So that if I wanted to do the drug, I wouldn't call Jensen. I'd be working with a company that is figuring out how to be able to use you to be able to develop a trial. You're not the nameplate. And that's one of the reasons why I think people can't understand that you're a $2 trillion company, because they're not on the Nvidia phone.
You know, there's no computer company that has ever been built like ours. We created a brand new way of doing computing. Everybody we work with here, there's researchers and scientists from $100 trillion worth of industries, healthcare and financial services, manufacturing and such. And when we're done building all these computers, we break them up into parts and we integrate them into Microsoft Azure, OCI, GCP, AWS, HP and Dell and IBM, and they take it to market. And so the application software is being offered by Cadence and Synopsys and Ansys and Dassault, really amazing company that we work with, Dassault and Autodesk and Adobe and others. Our technology is integrated into theirs. Our technology is integrated into all these computer makers, and the world connects it together. And that's the reason why NVIDIA is everywhere.
Okay,
we're in every cloud, every data center.
Is that we hear all the time, well, you know, but Amazon's working on a competitive product, or Alphabet. All I hear from you is good. We want to help everybody develop whatever's necessary. You are not at war with customers.
No. Well, we do something very different, first of all. Our architecture, on the one hand, could do artificial intelligence. It could do computer graphics, physics simulation, data processing, SQL data processing, which consumes a lot of energy, a lot of cost. For many customers, we reduce it by 95%, 20 times reduction in cost and energy used. So much so that Google's Dataproc is now accelerated by it. We announced a partnership yesterday with a great company, Databricks. They're going to accelerate their data process. They're the large-scale data processing cloud company. They're going to accelerate their data processing on it. And so all of this is something you can do on our architecture. The other thing you can do with our architecture is everywhere.
Right.
And so if you're a developer and you develop on NVIDIA, you can run it on AWS, GCP.
Notwithstanding these changes, NVIDIA's primary objective is to keep up with worldwide technological trends. As of February, the company had about 30,000 workers spread across 36 countries, meeting the growing need for AI processors in a sector where innovation is crucial. Market dominance, NVIDIA's aggressive initiatives in China are more than just regional initiatives. They reflect a resolute global goal to lead the paradigm shift in AI and autonomous technologies. This initiative puts NVIDIA at the forefront of rapidly changing technological landscapes, potentially redefining market dynamics globally. Don't forget to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your input helps create a more knowledgeable community where we can all learn and grow together in the world of investing. Stay up to date with the latest market trends, insights, and key updates by subscribing to Investing Tutorial. We're here to help you make smarter investment decisions and stay ahead of the curve.
You say we can do that, but nobody has enough NVIDIA product, correct? Does Mark Zuckerberg have enough NVIDIA with 350,000 chips?
Well, we're in the beginning of this AI computing ramp, and we're in the beginning of the accelerated computing ramp.
Well, how do you decide who's going to get that?
It's going to last a few years.
How do you decide who's going to be able to get? Then we know that you are tech power. I'm looking at tech power. I can't get enough tech power. So what do? How do I get right with Jensen?
Everybody is right with me. They're fine. So the most important thing is to work together to plan for the delivery of the chips. You got to place the PO, get your data center ready, get all the engineers working on these data centers together. We'll make sure that everybody gets their parts.
And they're all going to be presumably customers for life. You can't just switch if it were just chips, if it were just hardware, then you could be a commodity. You're not commoditized. You're going the other way.
NVIDIA is a computing platform, yeah. So the applications that are developed for our hardware runs on our hardware.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you again, as I thanked you for many people, 150 people I saw this weekend who all told me, please tell him thank you. They all also want something that I know is pedestrian and doesn't add value. They want a stock split. Why can't you give it to us?
Well, we'll think about it. Today is not the day to announce it, as you know.
No, I know it. And again, I apologize it's meretricious.
Yeah, we've done stock splits in the past. One of the things that I really like about stock splits, by the way, is that it makes for the stock purchase for our employees and others.
Yes. That's what Walmart says, too.
Yeah, it's a good thing. And we want to make sure that we take care of our employees. They do such a...
One crucial question that arises as we wrap off this thorough examination of NVIDIA's audacious plan is if this strategic expansion is a valuable step towards establishing supremacy in the AI and electric car markets. Current projections indicate that NVIDIA will see significant growth due to industry enthusiasm for AI technological developments. In a competitive environment, NVIDIA's position hardens, demonstrating not only durability but also a clever demonstration of strategic prowess. Investors keeping a close eye on NVIDIA's development may be able to predict a steady rise driven by the company's unrelenting technological advancements in addition to recognizing the immediate value offer. What do you think about NVIDIA's bold growth and the difficulties that lie ahead? Could this be a fantastic chance for a wise investment portfolio? Join the discussion, interact with industry insights, and offer your thoughts on this constantly changing tech saga, a story that keeps developing with every strategic choice NVIDIA makes. Together, let's explore the complex realm of tech innovation and market dynamics. Lastly, if you'd like to know what businesses like NVIDIA have been up to lately, click the next video on your screen. See you there.